What's up, everybody? Today, I'm going to share with you the 7 keys that I learned on my road to becoming a champion. Now, these keys aren't just going to help you be a national champion in a sport. These 7 keys are going to allow you to learn how to obtain a champion state of mind so that you can be the happiest and healthiest person you can be. All right. So before I get into the nitty gritty of, obtaining a champion state of mind, I want you to know that if you love this video, please let me know. I would love it. Just comment below. You can send me a direct message. These videos are so fun to record, but I obviously want to know if you're getting value from it. So let me know if you receive any value from the goodies we're about to drop here. Now, number 2 is I do have a surprise for you all at the end. I've got a surprise offering. It's free. It's got serious value in it. So if you want free value, okay, then hang out till the end and I will share the logistics of how you can attain it. Now, on that note, let's get started. So backstory here, national champion. Allie, what the heck are you a champion in? How does that work? Go a little deeper. Okay. I was a collegiate NCAA track and field athlete. I specialized in the javelin throw, which is that big spear that you run and you huck and you see how far it can go. I was on the quest of becoming the best. And in 2016, I won the NCAA national championship in that javelin throw. I was also a 4-time All-American, and I was undefeated in our conference. Now, I'm not here to brag about any accolades because honestly, those accolades aren't where the lessons lie. The lessons lie in the journey of attaining those accolades. And I think those lessons can be so transferable in all areas of life, in business, in our health and wellness, in our relationships, and so much more. So on that note, let's jump into the 7 keys that are going to help you gain a champion's state of mind. So key number 1 that I want to talk about here is consistency. Feel free to write these down, by the way. It's consistency. So consistency is creating the habit of showing up no matter what, okay? Through my 7 years as a thrower, I learned that if you make a commitment, which I made a commitment, okay? I made a commitment to myself that I was going to be the best javelin thrower I possibly could be. And hopefully that led me to winning a national championship, that led me to throwing 160 feet plus, and becoming the best. And in order for you to become the best in whatever it is that you do, or be the best that you can be in whatever endeavors you pursue, you have to learn that professionals and people who take themselves seriously show up based on their commitments. You make decisions based on your commitments. Amateurs make decisions based on how they feel. So what I mean by that is, how many of you have woken up and you're like, I'm not feeling motivated to go to the gym today, or I'm feeling tired. I don't feel like making dinner. I'm gonna do Uber Eats. I'm gonna get something that maybe doesn't align with the food decisions I really want to make. Right? Amateurs make decisions based on their feelings. Professionals make decisions based on their commitments. And so when I realized that, I was like, holy crap, I got to stay consistent with my commitment. I got to make decisions every single day, showing up for practice, showing up for weights, doing my corrective exercises, eating nutrition, getting adequate sleep. I had to do it consistently in order for me to attain my long-term goals. Okay, I had to show up consistently. Now, that kind of leads me into number 2 here, which is grit. Okay, so you got to show up consistently, and you got to show up with grit, with the mentality of, even when things get hard, you're going to still persevere. You're going to pursue forward. Grit is this wonderful combination of passion and perseverance. Okay, you have this deep burning passion inside of you that you're going to fulfill. You're going to persevere moving forward no matter what comes in your way. I had injuries. Okay, I had really crappy meets. I had school. I was also a full-time athlete. I had these things that could get in the way that made achieving my goal hard. And it wasn't like I just showed up on one day. I had to keep showing up over and over and over and over again. And so grit, I developed this thing where I get shut down, I get pushed down, I stand back up. Okay. Remember this saying right here. Remember this. Champions are not made when the game is easy. Champions are not made when the game is easy. Michael Jordan was not made because the game of basketball was easy or the path he took was easy. He had some of the most incredibly challenging games ever known to man, right? He didn't win the national championships because it was an easy game. It's because he showed up and he worked hard. And when situations got tough, he got tougher. And you could say that about any of the best athletes or any of the most successful business women or businessmen in the world. They show up when the things get tough, they get tougher. Now, it doesn't mean you don't show your emotions. It doesn't mean you don't have empathy. It just means when things get hard, you don't fall down and not get back up, right? You get back up and you keep moving forward. And so consistency and grit, first two keys of what it takes to have a champion state of mind. Now, number 3, right? This leads us right into number 3 is obstacles equal opportunities. Now, this is not one in the moment I didn't always understand. This is definitely something looking back. Every obstacle became an opportunity, right? So I had a really gnarly injury my freshman year. I had a stress fracture in my second rib, and I had to miss the first 8 weeks of my freshman season. And this was so frustrating because I had the expectations of doing really well. I knew I could go to nationals, which is the top 20 throwers in the country. I knew I could go my freshman year. I had what it took. And the fact that I was injured was devastating. But I quickly realized, okay, I'm going to stop focusing on the problem and let's look at the solution. And looked at this obstacle as an opportunity for me to focus in school, do the little exercises, doing the little things, finding ways, creative ways to still show up, be there for my teammates, create a closer bond with actually some teammates because I had more time to develop a relationship with them. And I had to be patient. Patience is a virtue, my friend. I had to be so patient and let that rib heal up so I could try throwing. Now I had 2 meets. I had 2 meets left in the season by the time I was cleared to come back. And I had 2 meets to try and qualify for nationals. First meet, I did okay. It was a confidence builder. I did better than expected, but wasn't what I needed to be. And then meet number 2, I had a throw that put me number 3 in the country. Okay. I realized that little work that I did went so far. And a lot of the work I did was up here. I visualized like crazy. I visualized myself on the runway. So what was cool is this injury actually led to the gaining of an opportunity of developing some skills I probably would have never developed if I wasn't injured. I think in life, if you have a goal, your goal is important enough, right? Going back to number 1, consistency. How committed are you to being consistent? These goals show up, these obstacles show up. You look at it as an opportunity for you to test your skills, for you to grow your skills, for you to gain new skills to help you achieve whatever goal you have in sight. So obstacles equal opportunities, okay? It's all about perspective, my friends. Now, we're almost halfway through the keys. I just want to remind you to hang tight for the end. I am going to be sharing a surprise free value giveaway, okay? That will be available for anyone who watches this video at any time. All right, so we got consistency, we got grit, and we got obstacles equal opportunities. Now, number 4, I think we're going to continue on this theme here, is do what's hard now and things will be easier down the road. Do what's hard now and things will be easier down the road. Because if you do what feels easy now, things will be harder for you down the road. So, oh man, I could implement this in so many ways, right? Like I've said before, showing up for practices, battling through injuries, having a bad meet. Man, I would love to just forget that and put it behind me. But a lot of times I would look at film, I would review my form, review my technique, and assess how can I be better. Sacrifices. There were so many times, and especially in my junior and senior year, that I was taking my nutrition more seriously, that my friends would all be out partying, and it'd be so much more like, it'd be so easy to just go out and party with them and go and drink and have a good time. And I realized in that moment, it sucks. I don't want to. This feels challenging, but I'm going to sacrifice those opportunities. And not all the time, but some of the times, especially in season. And I'm going to not go out, and I'm going to choose my body first. And guess what? By showing up to the practices, by doing my weightlifting sessions and making those sacrifices, my javelin throwing ability, my ability to become better got so much easier. I wasn't choosing the path of most resistance, which is making decisions that don't align with my goals. Okay. All of a sudden, what got easier is my ability to throw, like my ability to execute certain technical things we were trying to implement. So it got easier to show up to practice. I felt more motivated. In life, right? Let's think about it in food, with food. Right now, you got a decision in front of you: apple or Snickers. Okay, well, in that moment, it would be way easier for you to just give in to your urges and have that Snickers bar, right? But guess what? You're going to have a headache, and you're going to be irritable, and maybe it's going to lead to a fight with your partner. Or you're going to be upset because you're not seeing the results, the physical results that you're looking for. So let's say you pick the apple. Okay, well, that challenge in that moment was tough, but now you pick the apple, Snickers is gone, it's behind you. You're energized, you're in a better mood, you're a better partner. See this trickle effect where you do what feels kind of challenging now, things are going to feel much easier down the road. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to have hard choices in front of you, but just know that your life is you're going to pick the path of least resistance if you do what may feel a little bit tougher in that moment, as opposed to just giving into your willpower. So do what's hard now, and life might be a little bit easier down the road. Okay? Consistency, grit, obstacles equal opportunities. Do what feels challenging now, and life will be easier down the road. Let's go with, I believe this is number 5. All right. Humble confidence. Humble confidence. So I know a lot of you out there are females, and I think we struggle with lack of confidence. And I know I'm totally stereotyping here, but men tend to struggle with overconfidence. Okay, so there's this fine middle, which is a humble confidence. And I actually erred on the side of overconfident at times, and then I erred on the side of lacking confidence, and they both manifested in different ways. My first time at nationals, man, I definitely lacked confidence. I felt just so lucky to be there, and I was in the presence of so much greatness around me, and in a way that I didn't give myself enough confidence to have the belief that I could perform well on that stage. Now, that year, I was one of the picks to win it, going in 3rd from out of nowhere, and I ended up getting 7th. So a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay. We learned so much. Now, example of overconfidence is my junior year. I showed up to nationals. I had the best season of my life. Okay, I was just throwing PR, which is a personal record or a personal best after personal best. And I was a shoo-in to win. It was almost like guaranteed. Like I had it in the bag. All I had to do was show up. Well, what I learned was I didn't have to just show up. Unfortunately, I came in with that mentality of like, I got this in the bag, and I ended up getting 4th that year. I choked. I put too much pressure on me, and I choked. So humble confidence is where there's this fine line of, you have this internal dialogue of so much self-belief in that you can do it, but your words don't have to talk for you. You walk your walk. Your actions show what's going on within. And so when my senior year especially, I showed up to this meet, I was like, I know I can have the best throw of my life today. I'm not worrying about anyone else. I know I can have the best throw of my life today. I believe I can do it. I have the belief, okay? And I don't need anyone else to tell me I can't believe, or I should believe more than I currently am, or whatever it may be. No one else matters. I believe I can do this. And that internal belief led me to that senior year was the year that I won the national championship. So I think in life, if you struggle with doubt, if you hear that doubt, I'm going to tell you this right here. Only speak truth to the thoughts you want to be true. Only speak truth to the thoughts that you want to be true. We're all going to have doubt. We're all going to have possibly, and some of us may even have overconfidence or cockiness. But whatever, the only thoughts that are true are the ones that you're going to speak truth to. So don't speak truth to the doubt. Speak truth to the belief, to the confidence. Know that you can do it. And if you're like, Allie, I don't hear this belief inside of me, well, then start making it up. All right. If you don't believe you can achieve your fitness goals, your nutrition goals, your business goals, your relationship goals, start telling yourself you will. And guess what? The belief will catch up. The feeling that comes with it will catch up. So, humble confidence, walk your walk, believe you can do whatever it is you want. No one else's opinion matters. Okay? Their expectations don't matter, and maybe their negative words or their self-doubt, the doubt that they put on you, it doesn't matter. What matters is what's going on within. So, what do we got? We got consistency. We got grit. We got obstacles equal opportunities. We're do what's hard, and tomorrow will be easy. Humble confidence. Next key, joy within the journey. Find joy within the journey. Oh, this one's one of my favorites. Like I said, there's been times where I put more pressure on my performance. And when around my junior year, I started really falling in love with getting better. And I started really falling in love with the weight room and the art of optimizing the human body and figuring out what can I do today to become the best thrower I can be tomorrow. And I stopped being so focused on the national championship. Yes, it was there. I wrote it down a million times. I looked at it every day. However, every day I didn't necessarily have that at the forefront, right? I ingrained it into my subconscious. What I had at the forefront was I'm going to make the most of whatever moment is in front of me. I'm going to make the most of this round of sprints. I'm going to make the most out of this workout. I'm going to make the most out of this meet. I'm going to make the most out of all of it. And I started to find so much joy in the journey. I think this is a big piece we miss in the health and wellness industry. We become so fixated on the scale, on the measurements, on the clothes, on looking good in the bikini. We get so fixated on the end result, and we get upset when the result isn't happening on the timeline that we planned for. I could have been so upset. Like, I was supposed to win a national championship 3 other times. And I could have been so upset that it wasn't happening on my timeline. But what I learned is I need to stop being so fixated on that end result and just fall in love with whatever's in front of me. And that's what I did. Especially, like I said, my last 2 seasons, I fell in love with the journey. And I think that's what you got to do too. If you have external goals, like I just listed, fall in love with working out, fall in love with eating clean, fall in love with meditation, or whatever modalities that you're going to use to make yourself the happiest and healthiest person you can be. All right. Don't dread your workouts. Now, there's going to be days you love it more than others for sure. But like I step into my workouts and I'm so excited. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to get these movements in. I'm so excited for the feeling I'm going to get possibly after. I'm excited for the people that I get to do it right now. I'm doing it through Zoom. I'm so excited for my Zoom workouts with my peeps. This is going to be awesome. I'm so excited to fuel my body with good, nutritious foods. I'm excited to cook this food and feel good because I'm fueling myself with love. I'm not fueling myself to have shredded 6-pack abs. I'm not fueling myself to look good in my bikini. Like, yes, now those things will happen, especially when you find joy in the journey. You will notice all of a sudden months go by and you're like, holy crap, my pants feel looser. Wow, I looked really good in that picture. Or, man, that bathing suit fit really good. wow, I got on the scale and I haven't been on the scale in months and I had lost 10 pounds. When you find joy in the journey, you're going to stop being so fixated on the end result. You're going to set yourself up for wins. You're going to set yourself up for success. You're going to set yourself up to experience more joy, which isn't that all we really want in life? Joy, right? We do it all so we can be happy and we can be free. And that's another thing. You're going to free yourselves from the limitations that measurements can put on you. Okay, here we go, team. We're on the home stretch. We're going into our last key here. But first, recapping, we got consistency, we got grit, we got obstacles equal opportunity, we have doing what's hard and tomorrow will feel easier, humble confidence, and finding joy in the journey. All right, last piece, and this is my absolute favorite, is have fun. Have fun. This definitely goes with finding joy in the journey. But when I started having fun, things switched. And I do wish that I would have found that out sooner. Okay, now I had so much fun in college, so much fun. But within the sport of throwing, I took myself a little too seriously too often. And when it came to performing at nationals, I mean, first 3 years, I hadn't won it yet. And I realized my senior year was I wasn't having enough fun. So my senior year, my actual season leading up, I threw well enough to get myself to nationals, but I wasn't even in the top 3. I was choking my senior year and I was freaking out. Now I also had a little bit of a shoulder injury that I was battling. So I was in my head with the shoulder injury. I was freaking out that I wasn't in the top 3. And about halfway through season, I just stopped looking at the rankings altogether. I said, I need to stop looking at the rankings. I'm going to focus on me. Because literally how the other girls throw, it does not matter. I'm going out there to have the best day of my life. So I started slowly embracing and embodying this mentality a little bit more. And I knew the 3 weeks leading up to nationals, something clicked. And I was throwing like a savage. And no one knew because there had been no more meets in these last 3 weeks before nationals. So I was gonna come in as somewhat of a surprise. And I didn't know who's ranked number 1 or any of that. So I show up to nationals my senior year and I just I said, today I'm just going to have so much fun. It could be the last time I ever pick up a javelin in a competitive setting. I'm just going to enjoy it and be so grateful, but at the same time, carry my humble confidence. I'm going to know I'm going to have the best day of my life, but I'm going to have so much fun while I do it. And I was laughing and I was chatting with the other girls, which I kind of always was a bit chatty with them. But today I even made a point to chat with quote unquote my arch nemesis, the girl that we would always go back and forth for the top spot. And I even made a point to chat with her and talk about how wild it had been competing against her for the last 4 years. And I was smiling. I had the biggest smile on my face. And as soon as we started warming up, I knew I was feeling good. My warm-up throws were on point. Then we got to the runway and we got our runway warm-up throws. And I knew the heat was leaving the hand. I knew it, guys. And yeah, my first throw, and just for those of you who don't know, throwing setup, you get 3 throws and then the top 8 people within, whoever had the top 8 furthest throws in that first 3 rounds qualify for finals, and then you qualify for another 3 throws. My first throw won the competition, and the rest were just a victory lap. Now, in that moment, I knew I was in the lead by about 15 feet, which is a lot for a javelin throw. And I knew I was feeling hot. I knew I was feeling good. And the next, I believe, 4 throws in my series were still in that number 1 spot. And so by the time I got to those last 2, I was just having so much fun. And I won it. And I did it. And it was so exciting. And I had even, equally the amount of fun celebrating. But the gist of that story, team, is don't dread what you're doing. Have fun. Going back to finding joy in the journey. Life is too short to be taken so seriously. And there are moments of seriousness, but I think we can always find laughter. We can have fun. We can find joy. We can find happiness. We can find fulfillment in all the things that we do in the workplace and your relationships and your finances, even like all of it. Find fun. Ugh. Yes. So there's our last key, having fun. Recap the 7 keys for you right here. We got consistency, we have grit, we've got obstacles equal opportunities. We're going to do what's hard now, and tomorrow will be easier. We got humble confidence, we got joy in the journey, and finding fun. Have fun. Okay, those are the 7 keys that are going to get you on the road to having a champion's state of mind. And the thing is, team, you don't need to win national championships to be a champion. You can champion your own life. What are you passionate about? What do you desire to pursue? Go be a champion in that place, or embrace this mindset, and it's going to allow you to thrive in that setting, because so many of us are just surviving the day to day, surviving work, surviving, just Netflix and chilling in the evenings. And it's like, no, embrace your champion. What would the champion in your place do? Okay, if you're working out, how would a champion work out? And I'm not telling you to work out like a professional athlete, but these 7 keys right here, how can you implement them into your workout regimen? So there you have it, team. The 7 keys to getting you on the road to championing your state of mind. So I promised you there was a surprise at the end. All right, you ready for it? That surprise? Here it is. I'm going to be offering, for anyone who watches this video, a 30-minute value call. What is that? Well, on this value call, we are going to talk out how you can add value into your life. All right, specifically, most likely going to be within your health and wellness routines, but we can also dive into spirituality and your relationships and all that good stuff. But we're going to essentially look at where your wellness is lacking and how this value can help pick up the slack. Okay, how can we get you from this place of surviving to thriving? Yes. So if you think that you want this 30-minute value call, reach out to me. My email's below, or you can reach me out on DM me on Instagram or any other platform. And if you don't think this is for you, but you may know someone that might value from some of this insight, then connect me and them, or reach out to me and let's get connected with whoever it is. Like, I know you love someone and I know you want the best for them. And this free value call might be something that's really, really good for them. So if that is the case, then I would love to hear from you or whoever it is you're thinking about. And on that note, team, I hope to see you on the other side.